morning, beautiful people. Welcome to the market caller for today, the 10th of November 2025. My name is CJ, and I'm excited to have you all here for the market caller. We're going to proceed with this market caller as we quickly take a look at a rundown of our analysis for the dollar, for the yen, and then we'll be wrapping it up. So for the dollar, we're going to be covering Euro USD, GBP USD, and then gold against the dollar, which is XAU USD. Then for the yen, we're also going to be covering the yen basket as we look at GBP JPY and Euro JPY. All right, so these are the things that we're going to be looking out for in today's market color, and these are the pairs we're going to be analyzing. Now, starting off with the dollar index. Now, if you see the dollar index on the weekly time frame, we would have a clear bias that it has made that move from the lower time frame, from the move to the lower part of this whole swing, and then it's making a decent retracement all the way upwards. Okay, and now when we look at it on the daily time frame, you see that on the daily, we've broken structure upon structure, and it's heading upwards. Right now on the daily time frame, we're waiting for a good retracement to send price to a discount level so that we could continue buying from there. So on the daily time frame, if you look at it like this, we've seen price tap 50%. Overall, I was looking out for this fair value gap. Not here. Okay, right here. So I was looking out for this fair value gap on the dollar index, right between 50 and 61.8%. And I really wanted to see what price was going to do around it. So if you look closely, price just came in, and then it didn't really fill it up, just came in weak into it, and then moved back up. So I still think price may trade a little downwards, and then after filling this place, we might see the final push to the upside. So we're watching the dollar index. I want to see this move all the way here. Once it taps into this place fully again to fill up this fair value gap on the daily, we might start looking for a buy from there. So overall on the dollar index, it's in a good place to buy, but we want to see if it's going to trade back into this level before it continues buying. All right, so once we see any sign of a buy on the dollar index, we won't be surprised at what is going on. We'll just trade it in that light. So for the 1 hour time frame on the dollar index, you'll see that it is struggling to break above this high. So price may make one more push to that downside before it comes back. But upon breaking this high, we would confirm that the buy is moving from this place. But if not, we would look for it to trade into this daily fair value gap. Okay, so it's not so far away from the fair value gap. So expect that it could trade into this level. But if it doesn't fill up this fair value gap, that means this tap was enough for it to mitigate the fair value gap. So it would continue buying from there. But if it doesn't buy from there to break this high, I will be waiting. So in essence, the two things I'm waiting for on the dollar index, I'm overall looking for a buy. But first, I'll be more comfortable taking a buy on dollar pairs, or sell on dollar pairs or buy on dollar pairs, as the case may be, from this level here. So I'll be comfortable buying the dollar index from here, okay? Or I would wait for it. If it doesn't trade into this level, I would wait for it to break here and then start buying above for me to confirm the resumption of the buy trend and the end of the buy retracement, the sell retracement rather. Okay, so this is how I'm going to be trading the dollar index. Now let's move to Euro USD so that we'll see the flip side of this. Now for Euro USD, it has traded way above 50% line. So if you draw it this way, you see that it has traded way above 50%, almost contacting 61.8%. We're still expecting the sell. But then looking at what is happening on other dollar pairs, Euro USD may stall a bit before selling. On Friday, we saw the quick rejection to the downside after price made that move to this place here. You can see this level here. So 2 points of interest I had on Euro USD. First is this other block. Second is this fair value gap. So anywhere around here from this fair value gap all the way up, I'm comfortable selling Euro USD from there. So the moment price tapped it, I waited to see a structural shift, but it was so wide a distance that it didn't play out immediately. And we are still looking at Euro USD. It may come back to this other block before selling. Let's push this away. All right, so it may come back to the other block before selling. If it does, so we'll be selling it from here. But if it doesn't, we'll look for a structural shift from where price is because it's already at a very good premium zone to sell. So this level where Euro USD is, it's a good place to sell from here all the way up here. Within this 60 pips move, I'm expecting a sell-off on Euro USD. Right now, I may not be so much tempted to take the buy on Euro USD, even though I feel it's going to come all the way here because I would not want it to get me in the middle of a tricky situation. And I'll be wishing I didn't take the buy because my objective were not filled up. So I would wait for Euro USD instead to trade into this level and then sell off. If not, I'll wait for a structural shift to the downside before I sell. Talking about structural shift on a 15 minutes time frame, we saw what happened right here. Price made that move and broke this level to the downside. So it's giving us that clarity that Euro USD may just be selling to the downside. Now that price has filled up this volume imbalance, at any moment we would need to see confirmation of a Euro USD sell. So it could sell from where price is currently, or it could trade all the way to the 4 hours order block, which is right here. So either of these two. So right now, I'm on alert for Euro USD sell. Once I see structural shift on 15 minutes time frame confirming the sell, I'll be taking my sell to the downside on Euro USD. Then for GBP USD, now we'll see that GBP USD as on the daily time frame, it's still not as premium as we would have wanted it to be like Euro USD is. I mean, if you look at this as a swing high, and this as a swing low, you see that GBP USD, if there is any need to move up, GBP USD might even be the one of the leading pairs that is making the dollar index not to fall as flat as we wanted it to. So we're looking at GBP USD right now, and we're saying we might need to see it trade above here. So this is one level I would want to see. There's a fair value gap around the 50% level, and then there's an old region around here, this old low here. This could be a tempting place for GBP USD to continue selling from. So this fair value gap is where I'm comfortable to sell GBP USD from. So for GBP, while Euro might be buying into the 4-hour order block, GBP might also be buying into this fair value gap on the daily. Once it taps into it, I'll be selling it all the way to the downside. So if you look at the 4-hour time frame, you see that level is not so far from where price currently is. Maybe today's move could send price into this level here. Okay, so today's move could send price into this level. So if I'm looking for a buy on GBP USD, that is the level I'm expecting. Now you can see that once this hour closes, we might have a very strong engulfing candle on the 1-hour time frame. I'll be looking to take a buy from that level on GBP USD. You can also see that there's been structural shifts right here. So for GBP USD, I'm looking to take a buy, and this is where I want to take my buy from. Let me use the trading tool to, okay, so on this 15 minutes order block, I'll be looking to take a buy on GBP USD with about 15 pips stop loss, and my target is about 50 pips right here. Okay, about 60 or so all the way here. So this is the trade I would want to take on GBP USD today. So now the price has broken this level, I'm waiting for it to come back to this fair value gap. Once it does, I'll be taking my buy on GBP USD. So this is the trade of GBP USD today. And once price gives me a good entry, I'll be taking it from there. All right. So the main purpose or the overall goal here is that we're expecting the dollar index to buy, but before it buys, we're expecting it to get to a better level where we have anticipated previously. And if it does so, we're expecting to see GBP USD buy all the way here before selling. Same way we're expecting Euro USD to buy to the 4-hour block. But we're more interested in the GBP USD buy because GBP USD buy is lagging, and compared to the move Euro USD has done, GBP USD buy is lagging and would cover more pips if we take a GBP USD buy instead. So I would better take this trade that is lagging so that I'll cover more and then get more profits in that light. Okay, so this is the pairs I'm looking out for, and this is the trade I'm looking out for today. We're going to go on a very short break, and when we return, we'll be analyzing gold against the dollar. Then we'll also be looking at the yen pairs and the yen basket and the yen pair. So stay around. In 30 seconds time, we'll resume and continue today's market follow.
Hello, good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Market Call brought to you by the Value Flow Trading Team. That was an insightful analysis from CJ. So this morning, we'll be going into the analysis of the precious metal. And from there, we'll move straight to Japan to see what is going on the yen basket, of which we use the outcome to interpret our market decision on the yen correlated pair like GBP, JPY, and Euro JPY. All right, let's start with the precious metal from the weekly time frame. All right, so if you look at the weekly time frame on the precious metal, after this massive breakout from this consolidation phase, we see that it created another new all-time high around 4,381 level, and price began to pull back a few weeks ago. And last week, it happens to be a ranging week as price closed more like an indecision can do. And just the way we see at market open, price begin to rally, just the way we already send out the weekly analysis. If you're on our mini list, you'll have gotten that insight prior before market open. All right, so today, what exactly are we expecting to see, particularly for this week on the precious metal? Now, on the daily time frame, we could see where we have our POI sitting above this level here. We expect that the precious metal should buy all the way into this fair value gap and tap into this daily order block, of which inside of that same level, if you stream down to the 4-hour time frame, you are going to observe that we have a flip zone around that particular level. So we expect that the precious metal should buy all the way to this zone, then begin to sell again. All right, because on the 4-hour time frame, we already have some clear level of market structure shift. So the whole of this move is just more of a pullback. And if you draw your Fibonacci retracement all the way from this top to bottom, you are going to observe where we have our confluence is exactly the same place where the 61% fib level is. So we are expecting price to trade all the way into the 61% fib level, somewhere around here, which also has a confluence with the technical analysis. All right, so on the 1-hour time frame, what should we look out for moving forward? We are going to observe that everywhere is still very much bullish. Price has been pushing all the way to the upside. And last week, which happens to be a ranging week, we are very much in a strong room. And at the open of the market, all through the Asian session, we see how that price, break out from the range, and now aiming at the daily and even the weekly POI. All right, so what is our bias for the precious metal this week? It's going to be a buy to sell. Yes, we're on the buy leg right now, price moving directly in that direction. And where can we join the buy? Let's go to the lower time frame to see if we have a clear level where we can easily join the buy. Just the way we analyzed on Friday that if market trades above this particular high, which we drew out, and we expect price to come back a little bit and take out this liquidity, then we can easily join the buy. The same thing is still going to happen, and that is what we are still looking forward to see today. So today we are expecting price to continue the buy. However, if we see any pullback, just to gather more buy order, then we are looking to buy from this particular level, the 3,976.5 level, or we also look out to buy at 3,984 level, somewhere this low or this low. So we expect price to take out all this liquidity, then we can easily begin to join the buy. But where price is right now is still very much at the premium, and you don't want to buy at premium. Allow price to retrace all the way into discount. Let's briefly check the 5-minute time frame if we have any level to join there. Right now, the 5 minutes, there's no opportunity to join the buy right now, unless if you join, then you don't. I don't know where the stop loss is going to be moving forward. All right. So moving forward for the precious metal, our conclusion still remains a buy to sell. So let's wait until price give an entry for the buy, then we can easily join all the way to the upside. And where are we buying all the way into? We are buying to this 4-hour POI, which also have a confluence on the daily time frame. And when price gets here, we look for entry signature for a sell. We sell all the way back down. Where are we selling it into? We are selling it to the 3,700 level. All right, so that is that for the precious metal. Let's quickly get to Japan to see what is going on the yen basket and use that to interpret our analysis for the yen correlated pairs. For the yen basket on the weekly time frame, we've seen how that price has now traded properly into the weekly fair value gap, and we are expecting that this week is still going to be a bullish week, just the way we had last week, played out as a bullish week. All right, now on the daily time frame, today we expect to see a sell to buy. If you are on the mailing list, you will have also gotten that. So we expect today to be a sell to buy day, and for the week generally to be a sell to buy, meaning we want to see a pullback, then continuation all the way to the upside. But right now, price is still pushing all the way to the downside, and we are still going to wait to see. Probably price is coming to target this low, or when price gets to where it is right now, we are going to see the pull up back again. And the target for the week for the yen basket is price should come and target this liquidity here. Then this is going to be the first one, and then the overall one for the week is going to be the high at around the 6,500 level, either this or this around this place. Okay, so for the 4-hour time frame of the precious metal, we also observe that yes, right now we see some level of market structure shift on the 4-hour time frame, and price pulling all the way back down again. So where exactly should we expect? What exactly should we expect price to do? I'm of the opinion that price may likely want to take out this sell side liquidity here. Then when that happens, then we may begin to see our continuation of the buy trend. But looking at what we have now, I'm still of the opinion that this week we should expect more of a bullish yen compared to the bearish one. All right, based on this information, what then should we now use in interpreting the yen correlated pair based on what we are playing out on the yen basket? Now for GBP JPY from the daily time frame, we are going to observe that last week on Friday, we had a level where we are expecting price to buy into, which is this daily order block on the daily time frame. This daily order block is where we expect price to buy all the way into this daily order block, and that is exactly what price has done now. But on the 4-hour time frame, you agree with me, price already got into that place. And what should we now look out to do on the 4-hour time frame of GBP JPY? So I'm of the opinion that price is most likely going to take out all this liquidity on the 4-hour time frame, price trading all the way, take out these highs on the 4-hour time frame. And when it does that, then you can now begin to look forward to sell GBP JPY all the way back down again. But right now, price is currently in a POI for a sell. Until we see a sell structure, then we can easily follow through. Of which on the 1-hour time frame too is still showing us that yes, there's still liquidity points that price is most likely coming to take out somewhere here, and that is what we are seeing playing out. And as a matter of fact, on the 1-hour time frame, I'm also seeing After price takes out this liquidity, the worst that will happen on GBP is trading into this shoulder, because this has been a long time shoulder that price has refused to test. So I'm of the opinion, if this level fails, then price is coming for this shoulder that we have around the 204.00 level for a sell. But when price gets here, after price takes out this liquidity, right now let's just observe and see if we see any entry signature for yourself, which is a market structure shift either from the 5-minute or the 15-minute time frame. But right now on the 15-minute time frame, we are still very much very much bullish, very much bullish. So until we see a market structure shift, that is when we would like to pull trigger and follow through moving forward with GBP JPY. So moving forward on GBP/JPY, this is the structure we have on the 5-minute time frame. We've not really seen a clear market structure shift. Until we see the market structure shift, then we can easily begin to follow through in that light and in that direction. Lastly, let's go to EUR/JPY to round up for the day. On the EUR/JPY from the daily time frame, we are going to observe that what exactly are we seeing on the daily time frame of EUR/JPY. For EUR/JPY on the daily time frame, we've seen price is still very bullish, even though we are still in a range somewhere around this level here. We are still in a range. However, we are of the opinion that since price has gotten to the POI of GBP/JPY, we should also observe the same thing on EUR/JPY. Now, on the 4-hour time frame, what exactly are we seeing playing out on the 4-hour time frame of EUR/JPY? I'm of the opinion that on the 4-hour time frame too, we have similar things playing out. All right. So sorry for the break in transmission, is due to network. All right. So on the 4-hour time frame of EUR/JPY, we've seen how the price now has traded into a pulse pattern, which is a POI for itself. And since price already got in there, I'm of the opinion that we should wait a little bit because there is liquidity at the top here. So we expect that price should rally all the way to this high and take out this liquidity. Then begin to see the sell all the way to the downside. Now, if you come to check on the 1-hour time frame too, you are going to observe we have similar thing playing out there, and that is a typical bust pattern playing out. So the only thing we are waiting for is a sweep of this liquidity on the 1-hour time frame, and we begin to sell EUR/JPY. So let's wait until we see clearly on the lower time frame, 15 minutes or even 5 minutes, then we begin to short EUR/JPY from its structural time frame. All right, so that is exactly what we have on the yen correlated pair and also for the precious metal this morning. If there's any question, you can easily type in the chat box. We'll look into it together. And if there's none, remember today being Monday, the first day of the week, you need a very positive energy to get the best out of the market. All right. So just all you need to do is be very, very, observant and let your setup show up before you pull the trigger. All right. If there's no further question, this is going to be the end of the market call-up brought to you by the Value Flow Trading team. Till we meet again by 2 p.m. for the New York recap. Make sure you trade cautiously and use your proper risk management strategy. I'm Lekon Shemi. Cheers and God bless.